Okay.
And he's going to use his minor action to there's probably still a bit of things around on the floor, heads, broken glass, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to actually just do a quick scoop and throw into the eyes.
Got it. For your terrain stunt, right?
Right.
Got it. All right. Yes, I will say that the troll it hits his eyes, and the troll doesn't make any noise other than, but it does like kind of try to clumsily scratch at its eyes.
All right. That will be my turn.
All right. Escalation stays at 6 because that's all it can do.
Yeah.
Keen, your turn.
I am going to reposition up to here, where I can see this troll better, and I'm going to aim at its head and fire my bow at it.
Okay.
My crit range for that is 17 because, no, it is undead, correct?
Yes, it is undead.
Okay, so then 15 because of favorite enemy. My attack is +6. My damage is 3d6. Extra for the fire damage. And my miss damage is an extra 4 because I'm aiming. That is going to crit.
That is going to crit. That is going to be 60, 78 damage.
Yep, 78 fire damage.
All right. He's staggered. Definitely,
Sweet.
definitely staggered.
All
Hang on a second. He actually looks like he's almost dead.
Okay.
Jeez.
That is my turn.
All right. Then it is Finn's turn.
All right. Finn, is there enough room for me to go next to Cole here?
Yeah,
Sir?
there's enough room for your small frame to squeeze through.
Yeah, I'm not letting you get in trouble, buddy. I'm gonna attack this guy.
All right.
All right. So 17.
That's a hit. That's
Take that.
That's he drops.
All right. Have another action, but is he too far away? This guy.
Actually, no. He's only 8 feet from you, so you're fine.
Okay, Finn's gonna just basically walk over
All right.
the dead guy and go after this one.
I would say you have to like do a small hop over him or something. He is huge, but yeah.
Right. Well, whatever it takes.
Right.
And then again.
That's a hit and 26 damage. Nice.
I have no idea where Baby Junior is. Baby Junior. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Baby Junior. No.
Baby
Really
Junior
cool.
is going to is gonna stay back actually.
All right.
And that'll be the end of our turn.
Okay. Pearson, it is your turn.
Okay, here and oh god. Let's see. I don't want to go toe to toe with this thing, but I also want to help Finn. So that's gonna override that. So I'm gonna move to engage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to roll to attack. He's not staggered, he's barely touched.
Yeah.
So let's just roll a 22.
That is enough to hit.
Okay, so let's roll damage. Oh shit, I didn't declare what I was doing. Do I want to start one of my forms? Yes, I do want to start one of my forms. Which will be the opening one, which will be Murderer's Taunt, I reckon. No, Fist of the Street King. It's just pretty much standard, but hey. Alright, so 5d6 plus 8. Plus 8 plus 2d8. 40 points of damage.
Nice.
And that's great. And I'd like to use that ring again since I succeeded in my recharge roll. And I'm going to use it to increase Finn's armor class. By
Okay.
2.
Oh. Here's
D100.
Uh-huh. 65.
65 as 4160, but you can reroll one failed save. Okay, it also applies to your PD and MD, and you can reroll one failed save while the rune is active.
There you go, Finn.
Nice.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Basically, you get a plus
two
two.
to all your defenses, and if you have to make a
Oh,
saving
shit.
throw, you get to re-roll it if you fail.
Oh,
Yes,
sweet.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, those runes are really, really good. So,
Yeah, they are.
and that ring's spectacular.
Mhm.
All right, is that your turn,
Good
Pearson?
fail. Movement, action, yeah, that's it, homie.
All right, Jarek, your turn.
Well, I can still see that other troll from here because it is kind of fat. All right, you can have that, buddy. That's just for you.
That's he doesn't want it, but
Yep.
it'd be
will-
rude
you-
to not accept. So
You will take my character's presents, and you will like them. And
he's staggered.
just gonna hang out here. No big deal.
All right, he is staggered. It is now the troll's turn. Troll, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. He is going to hit the one that hurt him worse, I would assume. So,
Hey, hon. Hey, homie.
28.
That's a hit.
That's 32 points of damage.
No, I'm gonna use my belt instead of taking 32 points of damage.
Clever.
Clever girl.
All right, that's his turn.
All right.
Fuck
He
you,
can take 26 ongoing negative energy. He gets to roll a save. And this troll, I don't know what happens to ongoing damage. If that troll's actually not dead, do the spectral limbs keep pulling him apart with ongoing damage? Because he hasn't made a save?
I'll just go ahead and let it know to solve that question. Once the trolls were turned undead, they no longer had a healing factor.
Ah, okay.
Because the healing and undead
It was dead
don't...
blood that flowed through their veins.
Yeah, it doesn't really work this
Dead
way.
blood.
They had a buff and everything else, so I didn't think it would matter. But
All right. That
he
succeeds
saves.
a save.
Yeah, he does save. All right. So now it is Cole's turn.
Just,
Kill it, kill it. I can't do that thing with my belt again.
Kill it.
all right. I'm gonna take the troll's leg and with my minor snap it so it can be used as a weapon, and going to throw a good old leg at his face.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will say this. Pass an easy skill check, because I would say that troll's leg is big enough that with your strength you could do it, but it's not going to be just a no-brainer. Like, it is a troll leg you're snapping off. So, I would say, yeah, just get above a 15 with your strength and do your throwing and your level. Okay, then you snap it off like it's a twig.
It's rotting. I would assume that it would probably be pretty easy.
Well, to be fair, it actually is not technically rotting that much because it was just turned. So, but yes, you do snap it right off. And throw it
and
at
I'm
his
going.
face.
So, those trolls and those gnolls were still living while on that staircase.
Yes.
So
Jesus!
Oh my god.
Thank you for murdering me.
Well done, Cole. Well.
Amazing.
Fucking awesome.
Okay.
Piff.
How exactly do you kill a troll with another troll's leg? Please.
give me a sec. I need to know how dead he is.
I understand.
All right, he's
Oh
very.
my god! You rolled another crit!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God damn it.
It's amazing.
How
So-
can this be? I'm trying to picture this, and I think go ahead, Piffy.
So, after brutally ripping off a leg, an adrenaline surge flowed through his body, with a good just kick back like a freaking baseball chuck through his leg perfectly, so it actually looked like the bottom of his foot was going directly towards his head, like it was trying to kick it off. And lo and behold, it did, making majority of the body fly also backwards, but not as far as the head and leg that were hitting the back of the wall. Another javelin then flew out of his hands towards the rest of the body, skewering that and pulling a good portion of his innards out, but leaving the rest of his body to drop where it was going to go anyway.
These innards, man.
So many innards. Okay, well, I'm going to roll my magic things. First, for my Belt of Heroic Resolve, which succeeds. And now, the harder one, which is the ring, which fails. Okay. I have my belt again. I love that belt. I love it so much.
That is
We gotta get out of these
crazy.
goddamn chasms so we can use my Helm of Fortitude more often.
Let's see if I get Lightning Bolt back. You know what? No, let's not roll that one yet. I just rolled 2 20s in a row. I'm going...
Gauntlet?
Yeah, I'll use my gauntlet. That succeeded. And now I'll roll for my lightning. That failed. That's okay, though.
All right. So with that, the halls grow quiet once more.
Okay. I didn't get a count of the numbers when they saw us. I know we haven't seen the leader yet, but we might be able to push through now to get out.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Sounds good.
The longer
At
we
least-
stay here, the more gnolls and other reinforcements will arrive.
We need to
Yep.
flank fear.
All right, let's see what we can do.
All right. Are you guys gonna head back up towards the front?
Yes.
All right. I'm just gonna move you guys to the front.
Okay.
Then I'm not gonna.
All
make
right.
you,
Oh,
like
okay.
trick. I just gotta move all the dead
Here, we'll group
crap
together.
out of the way. You guys,
come
you guys,
around.
just so you know, you killed half of a tribe.
Well,
They
only
didn't let
one
us
half,
leave.
huh? Yeah.
Maybe they should have
Shit.
fucked more, solved the problem through breeding. Come on.
Where's Jared?
Maybe. Wow. Maybe they should have.
No necromancers left behind. Come on, Squid.
Yeah, where's Jarek? Where? I don't see you
I-
at
I'm
all.
worried
He
you
was
left
with
me.
us. You moved. Did you move him inside a wall or something?
Wait a second. No,
Here we go.
For some reason, for some reason, he shows up on my player screen, but not my GM screen at all.
I'm where you.
Well, that sounds
Yeah,
like
no.
a problem.
I agree. I see you on one screen, but I'm telling you, for some reason, you're. Oh, there you are. There you are. I have no idea what happened. That was
I'm in a
weird.
wall.
You're saying
Alright.
that I somehow became invisible to the game master?
Yeah,
That-
he did. Okay, hang on. No. Wait, no. Okay, fine. I was
Like
gonna.
Grim
Now that I
would
can
start
see
moving
everyone, I
his-
was gonna
oh,
just
oh,
move
wait,
everyone.
See me now. Damn.
All right. Hang on, everyone. Don't wait.
No,
Wait.
wait.
Everyone, stop.
Okay,
Stop.
Just have
Stop
the
it.
squee move us.
Yes. All right.
Oh.
Don't worry. You don't actually have to deal with us. In fact, I don't even know why I did that. I could just move you outside. Okay. That's
Yeah, I was like, why are
Good
you
job.
moving us along here when you're gonna switch
don't
maps?
no.
They're still here!
No, they're not there. Well, all right. Let's say it looks much more like this now. And when you go outside, the gnolls are there, but many of them are wounded. Many of them are hurt. The leader is looking to him. He turns around to face you, and he stares at you, and then he looks back to his men, and then he looks back to you, and he says, "You saw what he did to my kin." And then he says, "Stand aside." And everyone moves to one side or the other. And he says, "The Lich King may rule us, but no one does that to my people. You may pass. He will probably kill me for this, but I will serve him no more."
Pearson's just gonna think that's the smartest thing any gnoll has fucking said yet. I won't say it though because that might goad them. So I will simply pass without expressionless.
Then we'll look at the gnoll leader, just basically staring, kind of.
Yeah.
Awkwardly.
They all basically look at you silently as you pass, and many of the faces look like the faces of condemned criminals, like people who know that their fate is sealed.
Cole will walk up to the leader
Mm-hmm.
and give a short but also without eye contact bow.
Okay. He looks at you very curiously, and then seems to recognize the bow, and then says, "Wait. Before you go, what are your intentions?"
You mean currently, or
Do you wish to hurt the Lich King?
only if he gets in our way?
He looks to the rest of his tribe and he says, "He will kill us for this transgression. He has already dishonored us. If we are to die, I would rather die fighting who's going to kill me." If you need our help, point us in a direction and we will be a sword for however long we live.
Well,
You are familiar with the mountain on which the dragon cannon is positioned, yes? Towards the east?
The Null nods. We are familiar.
Your former master has plans, and one of those plans is designed around that fortress. Part of the reason why we came here was to find a way to disable that, but we lack the manpower. If you wish to go down fighting against the dishonorable Lich King, then your arms will do well there.
Very well indeed.
The Null considers your words and then nods and says, when do you plan to attack this place?
once we, where did that orb go? Pats around, and I think Cole has it, actually. No, I don't. Who has the orb?
I have it.
Alright. Once we destroy that object, we will then discuss plans of attack.
The Null nods and he says, we were enemies until a moment ago, so you have no reason to trust me. If you wish a coordinated attack, take one of mine. He will go unarmed, tied if you wished, just to treat him well. And when you are ready to attack, he will find us. And then he turns around and he says something to one of his attendants. He says, go, tell the other tribes what has happened. Tell them we no longer serve the Lich King. And one of them runs off. And he turns back to you and he says, for hundreds of years my kind have served him, and for hundreds of years he has never dared touch us with his magic. He will not have our swords.
Excellent.
Well,
And Cole did give another short and similar about the first one, and be on his way.
He
Well,
said-
with the other Null that accompanies us, correct?
yeah, he points out one, and that one hands his weapons over to the leader and his armor, and then they kind of nod to each other, and then one starts following behind you guys.
Okay.
And the rest start loping off into the distance.
Okay. I'm going to wait till we're a bit of a distance away, but I think we should probably discuss what should happen next. And Pearson has an idea, but he's going to tell a small story if you guys are patient enough for it.
sure.
Okay. All right.
Um,
So,
just really quickly, we're still over here in the Deadlands, correct? We
Correct.
haven't
You're
moved
still in
anywhere?
the Deadlands.
Okay. While you're doing this, I'm going to write Susaline.
okay. So, back when Whitebridge was still Whitebridge, back when I was a young pup, a thug for the Stonebridge Kings, there was a situation that is somewhat like this. There was another gang called the Black Aces who were moving in on our territory. And there was a third gang run by a guy we called Two-Face Shy. He was very cunning, and he never picked sides until he knew one side had an advantage or not. He also fancied the wife of the Stonebridge King's leader, the man who recruited me. Of course, the leader, Edwin, did not like the idea of giving up his beloved wife as a prize for Two-Face Shy's guarantees of alliance and assistance against this gang war we were having with the Black Aces. Of course, the wife she didn't appreciate it either. But we didn't see very much of an option. Two-Face Shy could swing the battle one way or another. And he did threaten if we didn't give him what he wanted, he would just go ahead and join up with the Black Aces. So, what we decided to do was instead of trying to lure Shy over to our side, we simply spoiled any possible alliance between him and the Black Aces. Exactly how we did that, I'll spare you the details. You don't need to know every single throat cut in the streets of Whitebridge. But suffice to say, it worked. And when Shy knew that he couldn't ally himself with the with the Black Aces, then he came crawling back to us without any sort of demands. I suggest we do this. We break the alliance between the demons and the necromancer, Lord. We already have his gnolls now, and we have the stone. What will stop us from even just going over to Nye, who I'm sure communicates with Azael, and say, hey, just so you know, the Lich King has decided to... he has had a change of heart. He's going to be assisting us. You see the gnolls, and he handed us over this gem. Just figured you should know that before we kill you. That way now, the Lich King will break the alliance between the two, and the Lich King will no longer be a threat. He'll be fighting for his actual survival now. What do you think?
I see one problem with that, Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
Fang.
What about him?
We might be able to kill Nye, but
Mm-hmm.
Fang seemed a bit... massive. What's to stop that dragon from attempting to reacquire the Moonstone? And even if we do break the alliance, we still might not survive.
All beings want something. Fang is helping Nye for a reason. If we figure out the reason, then maybe we can convince him to stay out of it or bargain with him.
My concern would be that Nye is capable of controlling Fang the same way he's capable of controlling all of the dragons. Which...
If we kill Nye first, maybe that control will go away.
Which isn't that thing that you hold right there what we theorize might be doing this to the dragons in the first place?
True, but we don't know a way to actually destroy this thing.
If I recall correctly, Jarek had a theory when we first came here. He could probably, since the source of his powers was the Lich King, he might be able to try and channel his necromantic powers into it to destroy it, but it's...
Jarek says, I might. I'll want some time to study it, but I do like the idea of wagging it in Nye's face, particularly if there's a sudden attack from the gnolls as well.
Mm-hmm. It will be all the proof that Nye needs, and the demons will realize that the Lich King has turned against them. We can even be very honest. Simply tell them that we went to his palace to stop him, and he instead bartered a deal with us, and that he would be assisting us from now on. And he would do his best despite his resources that he has now given us, the Moonstone and the gnolls, that he will do his best to try to lure the demons, that he is still fighting on their side, but really is planning for betrayal. It's a worthwhile idea.
Jarek tilts his head and says, I guess I like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. It sounds like an alright idea.
Concerns over Nye being intelligent enough to spot the ruse, or Fang, or anything else that could go wrong? Jarek shrugs. I guess I like it too much.
Yeah. Thank you. Well,
Yeah.
Pearson will hand over or present the Moonstone over to Jarek so he can begin his study.
Jarek will grab it with his gloved hand.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Plus, right now, if we were to destroy it, I mean, we are nowhere near the Citadel.
Yeah. We
Having
can.
that in our back pocket, being able to destroy it in the lair, and possibly, if this is the thing that is responsible for enfeebling the dragons, essentially, just having them be able to rise up right then and there would be great.
Indeed. Jarek, if you can figure a way to destroy it but not do so immediately, we could even use that as our key in. If we think about it. If we present ourselves and be like, listen, Nye, we can destroy this thing, but we want to talk with you first. He might have a face-to-face with us, in which we can divulge all the Lich King's little dealings before we finally strangle that little shit with his own tie.
Yeah. There
will
is
try.
one thing. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't have anything else to say.
All right. There is one thing that I need to say right here and now. I am not leaving this island until Fang is dead.
And how do you warrant he'll die? Do you want us to try to kill him?
Perhaps.
You see Cole like opening up his hand like he's trying to do something with it.
I need to at least try.
I gotta ask, Squee, why did you type "oh fuck me"?
Because that's a
Yeah.
hell of a plan I never saw coming.
Oh,
Good.
Yep.
We'll
I
see
was
how it plays out.
okay, here's the deal, and I don't do this very often, but because I think that it's nice to show you a little bit of my point of view to kind of show you why I was thinking that. The Lich King, the scenarios I had in my head was the Lich King was pissed. How well you guys did against the gnolls, because I was actually really worried this fight today because I made it difficult. And then I was like, if they rock it, it's going to piss the Lich King off, and he's going to up their power. And you did. You pissed the Lich King off. He upped the power, and you still kicked their asses. Because I'm sure you guys are aware, if you weren't smart about that fight, it could have been very deadly.
Oh yeah.
But you kicked
We killed
ass
him
at
all.
it. And so basically, because the Lich King was so pissed, he did that to the gnolls. The gnolls are very honorable. I figured this is just consequences to his actions. So everything that's transpired today, there's no way I as a GM could have foreseen this consequence in the plan you just came up with. I'm just like, oh, fuck me.
All right, well, we'll see how it works.
Genius, yeah. Obviously, this isn't an endorsement from the GM. That's it's going to happen without a hitch, but it's a brilliant way to look at the situation. I love it.
Yeah.
And I need to go pee. So
All
I'll be
right.
right back.
Okay.
So yeah, when we travel back, it'll give us time to, for Jarek to study this gem, and if things go well, we can also take the time and figure out exactly what we want to say to Nye, to make it to really sell the idea. I think the army of gnolls is going to help a lot. Plus, us having the Moonstone itself. Like, how were we to get that from the Lich King if he did not hand it over to him personally? It would have been one hell of a fight, right?
It would even be better if we could break it in his face.
Yep, exactly. Just to twist the knife on that betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to try to give Nye time to like consult with his master, the other lieutenants? Because
It's true, the information is worthless if it's not communicated.
well, it might get us in the front door with a face-to-face with Nye, which in itself has value. I don't
True.
know how much value it might have if it's told like the Demon Lord. The Demon Lord might have like a face-to-face with the Lich King and like, no, we fucking made a pact in negotiation circles, bro. This wasn't broken.
Mm-hmm.
True, but then the Lich King will be like, can you explain why they have the Moonstone? Can you explain why the gnolls are fighting for you? Like, as long as we put that seed of doubt in the mind,
should throw
you know
him
what I mean,
off,
of
like-
betrayal.
Like just
At the
with
very
Xiao
least.
Yeah.
Just with Xiao Tal, we threw him off with his pride and his vanity.
I'm
This could
I'm certainly willing to attempt it. Yeah.
Yeah, attempt it. Yeah.
Well, they got the information pretty quickly that we killed one of their lieutenants.
Yeah.
I think they could probably do some fairly quick talking
Communication,
while we get
yeah.
up to their freaking fortress up there.
Yeah. Or we can even just say, "Tell your lord this before we kill you," or we don't even say we're gonna kill you. Right? That's the other thing too. We could also go in as the guise of, "Hey, why don't we talk here for a moment?" I see that unlikely, but
Maybe try to we're the only ones who can derail the demon lord invasion. Maybe we can secure some positions of power for ourselves and try to sucker Nine to thinking that we're stupid enough to trust demons.
yeah,
I guess.
again, possible. It's we like I said, we can brainstorm a more specific things to say and specific how to approach it. But I'm glad the idea flies with you guys. That's good. By the way, things worked out really well between the Stonebridge Kings and the Black Aces.
Yeah.
Thanks to old Two-Face Sly.
I'm back. So, where do you guys want to go from here? You've got, obviously you're still in the Deadlands. You've got about a 2-day journey back to where Olivia and Kip are. And then
2 days? Didn't it take
yeah.
us several more to get here? I thought it took 2 days to get here to the center from the mountain range.
Maybe I am.
No, it took us about a day because
Right.
we had to off one potion, and it took us about a day to cross the river. And we ended up.
Right,
That was about a
because
3
we
day.
drank those potions of sustenance, we don't have enough to feed the entire party on our way
Right, so
back.
now
Yeah.
it's going to be,
So now
it
it's
would be
longer.
about 2 days if you went straight through. So let's say about 4 days, 3 days.
Yeah, counting rest and meal times. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, four sounds about right. I think. Yeah.
It's up to the GM.
Yeah, we'll say 4 days, unless you guys push yourselves a bit, but that might not make you. If you, I'll put it this way: if you want to get back to Lady Celine rested, and I don't mean that in the sense that you get all your dailies and stuff back, but I mean just rested.
Get back to Lady Celine rest.
Yes,
Lady
Lady
Celine.
Celine.
You mean Olivia?
Yes,
I was
Olivia.
a dragon all
Olivia.
along.
I meant Olivia.
Everyone is dragons. You know how in Battlestar Galactica everyone
Guys,
is
I have some
Cylons?
news about my one unique thing.
Don't you fucking dare.
My wife is a dragon and my kids are half dragons. So, Sky's a
I'm a
dragon.
panda.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
No one
I don't
is so
even know
tiny.
what that is. Is that some sort of a hell beast? Where did that come from?
Rawr.
I should stop the
That'd
jokes.
be
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But I was making a joke about myself being a... That doesn't matter.
I made a small joke to Finn.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How dare you? Squeak called me a bitch
Alright.
the other day. You're fine.
No, you told me to.
Don't put words in my mouth, Squeak. You know what you said.
Don't put my words in your mouth. Alright, anyway.
All right. So on your 4-day travel, Jarek, you are studying the Moonstone. Do you want to describe what you go through to learn your? what you
Sure,
know?
this will be done it's a mixture primarily out in the open, the other characters, but also conducted in his tent as well, especially when we do stop to rest, since he's the only one who stays awake. Jarek is gonna try to sweep through all sorts of magical bullshit to analyze what sort of auras are coming out of this, analyze the magical properties, test it out by applying minor magical effects to see how it responds, recalling all of the magical lore that he studied over the past decade plus, especially all of his wealth of data regarding dark magic and necromancy, checking with what he learned internally with what Lady Celine said, the historical thing, using some of his magical inks to paint a little few runes on it to test the effects, to see how it responds and throbs, that sort of situation. Just an open display of Jarek's attempts here to study and learn the Moonstone.
Okay. Roll me a magical lore check.
Sure, I can do that. Let's say 5, 5, 5. Woo! What was it you said, Squee? I have the most interesting ones.
You do. You really, really
Oh,
do.
boy.
All the king's horses and all the king's men, all of your efforts, and despite your extreme knowledge, your work, how the stone works eludes you completely. It is obviously magical. Now that it's close to you, you can obviously feel that it radiates some sort of magical energy, even though it doesn't seem to affect you in any way. But that's about the extent of what you can learn about it.
That's great. That ties into the role-playing reasons. Jarek is still fucking panicked and terrified, so this works completely.
How long is Jarek talking like that? Is he still talking about like that after we've left and are traveling? Like the really like
the same tone.
I think Finn would approach him at one point and be like, "Are you okay?"
Well, let's see. We confronted the seat of my arcane power. For all necromancers derive their energy from the Lich King. He attempted to pull my soul out of my body and consume me for my transgressions.
Oh.
Direct confrontation with one being of his incredible power. Keen attempt to push me even closer to it. No. I'm not even remotely okay, Finian. But I'm glad you are.
Finn doesn't say anything. She kind of just stares at him, and that's about it.
It's not as if the Lich King is one of the most powerful entities in all of Ardenfell, ruling over an entire kingdom full of undead, with grand magic not just to teleport himself, but his minions as well, to convert all of those gnolls and trolls we saw in the very steps of the temple into his own undead minions, supercharging them with negative energy. Oh, wait. That's exactly what the Lich King is capable of.
She kind of like turns more thoughtful and just nods her head.
Yes. So no, I'm not okay. I'm worried that at any moment, one of the things that we brought back is going to be a beacon for him, and he'll just teleport himself onto us and consume us all and send us back to Shadowhold as wraiths to spin around his head for all of eternity.
Then we better act quickly and distract him a little bit.
Pearson just like butts into the private conversation like,
Oh, I didn't know it was private. I was in the bathroom. I thought you were just talking. If it's private, then shut the fuck up, Pearson. Go back to bed.
I guess ignorance is bliss, she says, kind of like rubbing the back of her head and looking up at him. But
Jarek offers like a completely like disingenuous like smile, which instead of looking friendly just looks like his teeth are actually chattering a little bit, so they're clacking in front of her.
this is just curious for her. She's just kind of just watching him. That's about it.
Is there anything else you would like to ask?
No, you want me to leave, don't you?
You know, after everything that's just transpired, you leaving wouldn't make me more comfortable.
Would? I didn't hear that.
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't? Oh.
Wouldn't.
Would not.
Okay, sorry. Microphone cut out.
It would not.
She's still just staring.
Jarek is going to go back to looking officious and studying the stone.
She just watches.
God, I have to say, I think that's the highest compliment I've ever heard Jarek give anyone other than his horse.
No, there's been a few others.
That's true if I really think about it, but your presence does not make me uncomfortable, or less. Your absence would not make me more comfortable. Is actually pretty high praise.
Well, considering how uncomfortable he already is, her being there or not being there isn't going to change anything.
Right. All right. Is there any other role plays you guys want to do before you get back to Olivia? Spoilers: you don't run into much combat.
No, I can't really think of anything.
I'm good to move forward.
I am back.
Hi.
Woohoo!
Hi. All right.
So, what's going on?
Not much. Just so you guys know, Keen wrote in the journal to Lady Celine. However, since the book can only be used every few days, she won't get the message for a few days.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's when Jarek realizes that Keen actually has the journal. He doesn't say anything. It's fine, he can keep it.
Okay.
All right. So you guys trek back. Oh gosh, the river. You know what? I'm gonna be merciful. You use the same raft. You cross it. There's no sea monster this time.
Sweet.
Yeah, because we taught them a fucking lesson.
You guys just slaughtered half of a Knoll tribe. I don't.
They will tell the sea dragon babies of how, like, this one group traveling on a raft, and, like, this crazy bastard, like, gurgling at the bottom of the river.
No one will believe that you'll become a sea monster tourist attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can think of one other roleplay opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I think at some point Finn would go up to Cole and be like, "So how did you do that before?"
Do you mean the lightning?
Yeah, have you always been able to do that?
No. But Jack was so kind to tell me a bit about how magic worked.
Oh, really?
Yes. He seemed to have told me you can take it from the Lich King. So...
You took the lightning from the Lich King?
that or a slew of different possibilities. This gauntlet seemed to have looked different. I did recently get a necklace from the gnomes. I have been blasted with magical energy a few times.
Yeah, this magical nonsense is a little out of my area of knowledge. Just hard to get out of that area, but... Well, that's
How
pretty
is-
cool at least. Huh?
How is Baby Junior?
Baby Junior's doing great. Man, Finn runs over and checks what gender Baby Junior is.
What gender
thank
is
God.
Baby Junior?
I'm gonna solve this thing. Female.
Finn runs back. It seems like she's having a good time. She's really looking up to everyone. It's nice.
Seems I have a lot of energy. It's good to see that every once in a while.
Yeah, it's nice.
Runs up to check to see what gender it is.
What
The
gender
moment, what's
are
up,
you?
tail? Oh, okay. What's down tail? Got it.
It's about time. All right. I
Just
guess
don't
that's-
try that with like Kip.
Yeah.
Wait.
What gender
no.
are
All right. That's all I had to ask. We had to bring that up because, like,
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, oh shit! Wait a second.
All right. So you guys, you trek back through the jungle. You get back to where Olivia and Kip are. Kip looks. It's been 6 days, a little over 6 days, because your time in the temple. Honestly, despite the fact that it would be in an entire session and a half, you were really only in the temple for maybe 6 hours, maybe, if that. So we'll say about 6 days. In that,
Can I note that when passing the river, Cole bathes for a little bit?
sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. I sing to high heaven from dead things.
Dead
Yeah,
things.
I think everyone
I
needs
think we'd all
bath time.
bathe. Maybe.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
need a frickin' bath or something.
All right. You guys can definitely take time. So 6 days and 8 hours. Kip looks much better. He's not 100%. You can still see some burns on him, but he's able to move around. He's able to talk. He doesn't show any signs of pain. Olivia, true to her word, dragons seem to heal very quickly. When you guys come back, when they see that you've come back, Olivia actually runs and hugs Keen, and Kip actually stands up and moves to Jarek. And
Jarek, for his part, still looks wide-eyed and terrified.
Kip looks at him for a little bit, and then does a weird sort of thing you've never seen a dragon do. He curls his long neck around Jarek, and then says, "Thank you. I know it was hard."
Jarek will actually extend his arms up and hug Kip's neck.
Oh.
Just waiting for that 1 second, and he starts choking.
Squeezes tighter and tighter. Anyway.
And then Olivia will be as shocked as everyone else is, I'm sure, and then she'll pull away from Keen and say, "So, what happened?"
Well, good news is we have the stone, the moonstone, the orb, and an army of gnolls. The bad news is that we're not 100% sure how to destroy it just yet. But we think we have a way to vex the alliance between the demons and the Lich King. And perhaps a way for us to get to Neek.
Olivia raises an eyebrow. Oh?
The plan still needs a little bit of sophistication to it. But the gnolls can be used. They feel betrayed by the dark magics of the Lich King, and they know they're doomed to die, so they're going to do so in battle. We're thinking of pointing them towards the Citadel with the cannon on it. A way for us to delve through, pierce through those horrible machinations of Nye, and kill him. Of course, we're thinking that might be plan B. Plan A might be for us just to want to have a parley with Nye himself, explaining the situations. If we can get alone with him in a room, we might be okay. The only thing that troubles us, Jarek brought up, is Fang. Fang is either acting of his own volition, or he's also under control of Nye. Either way, an army of gnolls or not, he could still be a problem.
Olivia nods, and she says, "And I assume he is part of the plan," and she points to the gnoll.
Yes, he's the messenger. We can communicate with them so they know where and when to strike.
Olivia steps towards the gnoll and says, "My kind and this party have killed your kind on multiple occasions. Are you so quick to join us?" And the gnoll messenger says, "You fought honorably. You never made a promise and then broke it. You never dishonored yourself to my people. You have been worthy adversaries. The Lich King proved he is not."
Ignorance is bliss.
I know.
And Cullimore will give a sideways smile and say, "They're really into honor."
Olivia nods, and she says, "Fang, I think you're right on both counts. I think that Fang is doing this because he's greedy, but I would also not believe that he would work so willingly as someone's servant if he was not coerced into it." And then she thinks, and she's like, "So you need a parley with Nye. That might be possible.
Okay.
Kip, tell them what you saw." And Kip kind of untangles himself from Jarek and says, "When I was feeling better, I Mom and I thought that my small size at night, I might be able to fly ahead and see what I could see. Perhaps where the enemy are, a best way to attack, something. It was risky, but I was fast and no one saw me. Nye has an army. Hundreds of demons and those clay golems. But he is in the tower by the gun with very few guards. I assume that once all manner of chaos breaks out, that would change. But as of now, and then he literally like stands up on two legs and mimics what he's seen you guys do from time to time, which is kind of a shrug.
Mm-hmm.
And
For a
Olivia,
second, I thought it was gonna be a middle finger.
no. Olivia takes over and she says, "If we found a way to break the Moonstone and we acted very quickly, we might be able to get you in there before he has time to call more reinforcements to him."
Before Fang knows too.
Her face gets more angry, and she says, "Leave Fang to me. Or, to be more accurate, I am going to suggest something, and it is only a suggestion, but I think it might be our best chance. Kip, when he flew over the castle, he saw the golems patrolling as winged beasts. I don't know what they were, but it does prove that they can fly. In addition to that, we have to worry about Fang. If we can find a way to break the Moonstone, and if these gnolls will attack as you say they will, then the dragons and the gnolls can take care of the army. And while they're fighting, we have someone, Kip and maybe one of your group, distract the flying golems. Then I can fly you into Nye's stronghold and get you there quickly. Obviously, I will be very easy to spot, and Fang, knowing him, will come for me. I will deal with him while you have your conversation with Nye."
Okay. So it's a 3-point distraction technique then. The gnolls attack the army on the ground. You distract Fang. And we deal, and Kip, and perhaps someone else of us, distract the flyers. That allows us to get to the heart of the matter. Sounds pretty solid. Plus, we can even gesture down below as we show gnolls fight demons, the Lich King's betrayal in action. Very good proof.
Olivia nods. She says, and she looks at Keen when she says this, "I know how important your task is, but I don't think I can fight Fang alone and survive it. I can hold him off to give you your conversation. With help, I may even be able to defeat him, but he is stronger than I am."
I will help.
Okay. So Keen and Olivia take on Fang. How do we deal with the flying... Or do you think the flying golems would join in the fight down below?
Kip kind of pipes up and says, "Well, my role in it would be to make sure they don't. I am a swift flyer, and I can fly circles around them. If I can keep them busy, or if one were to accompany me, perhaps we could even take them out."
If that's
Jarek?
not going to be Keen, then it should be Cole. Cole would be best at ranged aerial combat.
Are you sure?
Actually, and Kip pipes up, "I was thinking Finn."
What?
And he looks
Why?
over at Finn. "You're small and you're light. Cole, someone as big as him would slow me down. You aren't." And he looks at Jarek and then smiles. "An elf. You're naturally able to do amazing things. I've seen it. You could stay on my back, perhaps even strike them as they pass."
Oh, I mean, I I guess I could, but I mean, quite frankly, the last time I was up in the air wasn't too. She kind of like her eyes widen, remembering like when she was scooped up before and falling.
The Kip is right. You ran and climbed up a giant wolf when we were in the Underdark arena. If there would be anyone who could stay on Kip effectively in all of his aerial maneuvers, it would be you.
Mm-hmm.
Kip
You're
looks-
nimble as fuck.
Kip looks at Finn and says, I can't promise you'll be safe, but I can promise you would never touch the ground.
Well, I guess that's comforting. She kind of looks to the group and notices how like reassuring they are, and she takes a moment and says, "Okay, I can do it."
Okay. So this is going to be interesting. But I have a
Yeah.
good feeling about this. This is the closest thing we have to an actual plan. I think it might work, or most of it will work, which is the important part. So, to reiterate, Keen and Olivia fight Fang.
Yep.
The gnolls fight the demons below. The Finn and Kip take down the flyers, and Jarek, Cole, and I give Nye his final offer. Sounds pretty good. Plus, I'll get to do what I really want to do, which is strangle that little shit with his own tie, so bonus.
It sounds good to me.
The only thing that lynches on this is the destruction of this stone. Although I don't know if we absolutely need to destroy it. If we kill Nye, perhaps enough damage will be done. But it would be handy. I doubt. Is there anything we can do to help you, Jarek?
I don't think so, no. And Jarek tilts his head. I think it's possible enough that I will say this plan should go off. I'm confident enough that I have a chance of destroying this, but it's not guaranteed. It is,
Okay.
after all, an incredibly powerful artifact of, well, for lack of a better term, the person from whom I derive all of my arcana energy.
Hmm. Fair enough. Well then. Let's come up with a time and a day so we can let our new allies know, as he looks over to the Null Messenger, when to
Yeah.
strike.
You know,
Mhm.
it might do to, and I'm sure Nye has already considered and put more guards blocking that secret passageway, but I'm thinking of showing this messenger, Jarek jerks his head towards him, where the entryway is, that they delivered the limestone, so that the gnolls attack through there. Because if there's going to be other gnolls there, and you better believe there would be other guards, that is sure to create quite a confusion.
Not only that, but why throw these gnolls' lives in the front lines? Why don't they try to find a back exit so the ground forces are scrambling? I like the idea quite a bit. Yeah, let's show them where the weak point of our mutual enemies are. Okie dokie.
All right.
Mhm.
So, I guess well, the big question is that we're gonna have to be all sneaky to show. I mean, we could probably describe.
No,
We
like
could
we can like take him to like
map out.
the tree line and point ahead at the 300
Okay.
feet, and that's
Mhm.
you know that's where the point is, and the Knoll can hopefully use his sensory capabilities to like, okay, that's where it is, and then you know commune with the others and lead them back to that point.
Okay, sounds solid.
And then the Knoll scout, who's been quiet for this entire time, says, "My people would need at least a day or two to get into position, but we certainly have the numbers to assault this passage."
2 days are good. It gives Nye time to stew over what's happened to us.
You'll do a great service. You won't just be freeing your own tribe. You'll be freeing the entire world. If that makes you feel any better.
The Knoll looks at you a while and says, I have no attachment to the rest of the world. I have duty to my tribe.
Well, so you say. All right.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I know normally we keep going for another hour and a half, but I am getting an incredibly bad headache, and this is actually a great time to stop.
Yeah, because we can start the session with the plan.
Mm-hmm. You guys can take the week to plan the final assault. Just so you guys know, this is not. And now that you've decided that this is a good way to go, basically, if there are 3 fights going on, they will all take place as just one gigantic fight, and it's just when your turn in the turn order comes, we'll be handling your part of it. So that theoretically, even if you're in 3 separate places, it's all just one big fight.
Gotcha.
So it shouldn't slow bog things down too much. So we'll work that out. I have some things planned, obviously, and you guys have the entire week to set up what exactly details you guys want to do. Ask me any questions you have. I'm not going to give you an incremental advance this week because you guys just leveled up, and I want to dole them out a little more carefully.
Cool. Fine by me.
I do want to give Jarek a fate point though, for excellent role playing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
And
Fuck you. Everyone's
Our
being so
roleplay
supportive.
sucked.
I had to balance it out. No, I'm just.
What an asshole.
Just joking.
So that is that. Any questions before we stop the session for the night, or?
Who is your daddy? Does he-
Who's
How
your daddy?
It'll,
How dead.
how dare.
I am
Have a response?
so impressed, guys. I'm glad that my faith was rewarded because those, especially the hulked up gnolls, basically each one of those was considered a one-on-one with you guys, and I had I think 8 of them there, plus the 2 trolls. Your choke points were amazing. Really well done.
Sure, each of those super gnolls dealt 18 damage, whereas each of the trolls, well, only got 1 hit off, was 32.
Yeah, they got 2 hits, but one of them was nullified. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I love. Oh man.
Good job, mob of mooks.
Yes!
For
God, those
somehow
mooks.
holding that for so long.
It was really well done. You guys used choke points. I mean, even the regular gnolls, if they had broken through you guys and you were fighting 16 of them at once, it would have been a difficult fight. But you were able to hold that door, which was great. So I'm glad that my faith is restored. That sometimes I can throw difficult fights at you guys and you will rise up to the challenge. That is really heartening to see. So, well done, and we'll see everyone next week.
Bye.